Are you glad to be back and with, still in the saddle, I guess?
Yeah, I'm definitely glad to be back, man. You get back and you realize, miss hanging out in the locker room with the guys and still having fun out here on the football field. Getting paid to play a child's game, and I'm loving every minute of it.
There are some guys, I guess 6'6" comes to mind, who I'm sure are watching everything you do to try to learn. That's not a new role for you exactly. How have you kind of adapted to that over the years?
It's something, like you said, I've dealt with, pretty much my whole career. Younger guys coming in, and I've always said, I'll try to teach as much as I can, kind of pay it forward, and I've told those guys when they come in, if they have any questions, don't hesitate to ask, because we're making our team better. If I can teach those guys a little thing that can help this team win games, that's what we're here for.
You've heard some of the chatter, some of the criticism that the O-line has taken. How much do you take it personally? Considering it's been a little bit heavy, and then you see what the front office does in terms of bringing in the first two picks off the line. Do you take that criticism personally from everything that was kind of unloaded on you guys?
Not really, man. I've kind of, dealt with that my whole career since I've been here. We've kind of, this group up front's taken a lot of heat when things haven't gone good, and when things do go good, you don't hear much about us. So you take it in stride. Art Shell told me when I first got in the league, as soon as you sign that paper, they're trying to find somebody to replace you. And it's just the reality of the NFL. But if you keep going out and producing on the field, the rest will take care of itself.
Does this line kind of have a chip on its shoulder going into this year, considering?
I mean, we always want to go play good. We try not to listen too much to what's going on outside and what people are saying. Every time we step on the field, we want to do our best. So we know there's areas that we have to improve in for this team to be successful. Everybody wants to talk about playoffs, but we got to, win game one, and then, once we get to that point, hopefully take care of business.
How different has this offseason been for you? We chatted about it a second ago. You get a little bit of extra time off. How different has it been? Is the body clock a little different? Coming back a little later than normal?
Yeah, not too bad. With me raising kids, running around, I've stayed busy. But it's always good to get back. I think it's been a couple weeks later. It's good to get back with the guys and get back out on the field.
How would you describe the offense with the new offensive coordinator? It's not the first time you've been through something like that. What kind of differences?
You can see right now we've got explosive guys on the edge and on the perimeter, and we'd like to get them the ball. And Dirk's doing some great things with the offense. Obviously, we want to get better in our screen game. We haven't been too productive in that area lately, and there's been a big emphasis on that. And you can already see some of the things we're doing. We're going to have some big plays there in the screen game this year.
Different responsibilities for you, terminology and things coming to play, but responsibility-wise for you?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Responsibilities a little bit, did it change at all in terms of play calling and verbiage?
One of the things that they tried to do was, with this staff coming in, they tried to use the same verbiage where, all of us on offense didn't have to relearn new terminologies. They just kind of adjusted their schemes and their terminologies to what we were doing and fit it in. So it's been a easy adjustment for us.
You talked about screens. There are different things from a technique point of view. If we were out here on days that we're not allowed to be out here, would we see a little bit more of that stuff going on?
I think we're, like I said, we're emphasizing those things, and there's some different coaching points that maybe we haven't heard in the past, or different ways that we're executing the blocking scheme on our screens that I think is going to be real beneficial for us and going to make us better. Offensive linemen, you love to have a screen game that the defensive line has to respect. They're not just pinning their ears back, rushing the quarterback. So, it's an offensive lineman's friend to have that screen game going, and we're hoping to, and we will get it going this year.
Now, as a veteran, you're on Twitter a lot as well. Alex Gibbs, I don't think would be too happy about you being on Twitter.
No, he wasn't. I tried to stay away from that stuff for a long time, and Jamal Anderson, the running back that used to play here, he sent me a message, man, you need to get going on Twitter. This is where the world's going now. So he got me started, and I have fun with it. Talking with some of the guys on the O-line and joking with each other, some inside jokes and stuff, and I have fun with it.
What was the Coach Hill? How was the different? How was it? Sorry about that, Coach McClure. So what's he trying to bring?
I guess it's hard to. I don't want to get in too much comparing one guy to the other. Pat brings a lot of experience to this league. To this team. He's a head coach for 15 years, so he not only he didn't focus on just the offensive line. He's seen the big picture of offenses, and he can bring that to the table for us. And there's some little technique adjustments that he's going to try to help us out with that I think will put us over the edge.
Can I just ask about the whole screen thing too? You guys didn't do it well enough, or nobody really had a practice during the week for it. As an offensive lineman, these guys never had to worry about it. I mean, you're at a disadvantage, I thought, from before the kickoff. If I don't have to think about you doing it to me, you deacon me at any point in the game. Isn't their life a little bit too easy on the defensive front?
It definitely helps to have the screen game, and I think our offense will reap the benefits of it this year. I think at times in the past, if it didn't work early, we kind of tended to get away from it or didn't do it at all, And that was one of the first things when this offensive staff came in and said, we're going to do this year, we're going to be a great screen team.
One less bullet in the gun. If you're going in there, you might as well have as many as you can.
Right, yeah. And we've got screens in a bunch of different ways, and it's going to help us out.
Thank you.
What was your off season like? I mean, did you ever consider not coming back, or did you really want to come back and it was a matter of working it out?
No, I was never thought about hanging it up this year. I wanted to come back, Like I said, I'm still having fun playing the game. If I wasn't having fun, I wouldn't be back. And I still feel good, and I'm just glad to be back.
What's feel good, relatively speaking, this many years in? You said you still feel good, but is it relative feel good?
Yeah, well, I mean, I played 14 years. My body doesn't feel the same way it did when I first started playing football when I was 10 years old. But I mean, still moving around well, So I feel like I can go execute at a high level still.
What's it like for Sam, being kind of used to second string backer role last year, now working back with the starters? I think there's any mental adjustment he has to make there.
You probably have to talk to Sam about that. I can't speak for him, but I know he's always come in and worked hard, and he'll be ready for any role that this coaching staff wants to put him in.
Thanks, Todd.